Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. What's going on, Justin? What's going on, Bill D? First one in the buildings. Nice to see you guys. What's up, Pacer? What's going on? Excuse me. Sorry. Oh man, guys, we got a lot to talk about. All kinds of good stuff going on. So, well, maybe not good stuff, just interesting stuff. Not necessarily all myco related, but technically myco related. Um, I'll wait for a few people to show up. We got 5 in the door already, so we'll give it a little bit, see who shows up. Everything sounds good, I hope. Yeah, Justin was here first. I said both you guys in the house first. Both you guys were here. I saw Justin a few minutes ago show up, or at least post in the chat. So, but that's cool. I don't mind either way, Bill. You guys are honestly awesome to be here at all. So I thought I was Facebooking message to Justin a little while, or I don't know, maybe it was in the middle of the night or last night. I'm looking at a new microscope and I love his setup. So I was asking him what he thought of the setup I was looking at because my microscopes have the binocular lens, the one I have now. Well, let me rephrase that. One of them has a binocular, but I'm trying to fix that one. The other one has a monocular, the single lens. So I have a camera in that one because my eyes suck, so I can't really see through a microscope very well. So I have a decent camera. It's a nice big blue box thing with a big scope thing that attaches to a high definition HDMI cable thing. Good morning, Minnie. Nice to see you. So I'm looking at a AmScope, but instead of the B120 with the binoculars, I'm looking at the D130, which is a monocular, but it's got a dual monocular. So there's one facing you and then there's one facing straight up for a camera. I believe it has all the same features as the B120 with the LED instead of the halogen and all the same lenses. And then instead of, it's got a 10x eyepiece, I'm going to get a 20x eyepiece so I can go anywhere from, I believe it's 40x all the way to 2500x or 2000x. But there's all kinds of increments in between that I can use, which will actually, I want to try to get like 400 to 800x. That would be my sweet spot. So yeah, I was messaging him on to talk about his setup because I love his little camera screen that he has on his. But I have a camera already, so I was just looking at a different scope because I actually started a part-time job this week. Monday, actually Sunday I was on my computer and I saw Indeed had some postings for some little stores in my area, and it was literally 7 miles up the road. And I said, you know what? I haven't used this in years. I'm going to give it a shot just for the hell of it. So it was like Sunday night. It was after all the live and everything. So maybe afternoon, evening. I typed in my, okay, apply just for shits and giggles. I honestly didn't think anything would come of it. Well, Monday morning, I got an email, or no, later that night, like at 10 o'clock at night, they wrote me back, could you come in for an interview tomorrow? I said, sure. Yeah, why not? So I wrote him back, yeah. And then she wrote me back, I need 3 references. For you to bring 3 references with you. And I was like, oh shit, you know what? I honestly don't have any references. I don't have any friends anymore because after getting in recovery, I just kind of stayed away from people in the community. I have my father. I have a couple of family members, but I don't really have any references. And luckily, a couple of you fine people that I've known for a year and a half since I started this, my friend Happy and another friend, Derek, you guys were nice enough to let me use you guys as references. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, guys. And they never ended up calling anyways. So anyways, Monday, I wrote back, I said, so before I talked to these guys on here, I wrote back, I don't know if I have 3 references. I hope that's not a deal breaker. If it is, let me know and we won't waste each other's time. And she wrote me back and says, not a deal breaker. Show up at 2:00 for the interview. I said, great. And in the meantime, I had talked to Happy and Derek, and they said they would do it for me. So I wrote them down along with my father because I used to work for my father anyways. So I just didn't want to have all family members as references. So I went in there. I said, I did manage to find 3 references, 2 of which are friends through the internet that I've been gardening and doing horticulture with over the internet and, as friends for years, a couple years. And she said, okay. So she wrote down, she's doing the interview, She goes, what do you do for fun? I said, I grow mushrooms. She goes, what, psychedelic? I said, no, I grow medicinal mushrooms and edible mushrooms. And I kind of had to fib on that one a little bit. I didn't want to tell her I was a freaking mushroom growing, pot growing, lab. Actually, there's nothing wrong with it, but I just didn't want to put that impression out there. So this is Monday afternoon at 2:00. Well, she calls me Tuesday morning. Can you be here at 2:00? Or she called me, it was like 1:30 in the afternoon. She goes, we have a situation. Can you be here at 2:00? I said, no. can't. I got, it's gonna take me a little while. I have a restriction on my license because I have cataracts I'm working on getting fixed. So I can't drive at night. And I said, no, I can be there by 5. So I showed up at 5 o'clock. It's a little store. And so anyways, I trained all night Tuesday night. And as I was leaving, she goes, okay, can you be here from 2 to 10 tomorrow? I said, sure. So I went back on Wednesday, and then she said, can you be here 2 to 10 on Thursday? So basically I've worked almost a half a week's work in 3 days, and I haven't worked in years, like at least 2 decades, so I was a little tired this week after all that happened. But it's going to give me some spare money to buy microscopes, to buy stuff. I hate begging. I did get a few donations through the coffee, and I really appreciate you guys. Much love out to you guys. You know who you are. I'm not going to dox you online in case you don't want to be known. You know who you are. I've already appreciated it and thanked you in messages that they have. But that was very generous of you. So that's also already gone out to sending out some gifts to people. Yeah, it's just little things. I think it'll be interesting, but it might have to be adjusting when Sunday brunches. I might have to make it a little earlier, maybe be a late breakfast, or maybe it'll be. I told her I'd like to have a few hours on Sunday to myself. Just I didn't, for this. She said she'd work it, see if she can get it to work, and I wasn't really sure that today would even happen until last night, because she hasn't. She said she has to review the schedule to figure out when my training is going to fit in. But yeah, training's going great. So yeah, I'm pretty much trained. I mean, I got to train in a second store, which has a totally different system, and that's going to happen next. But anyways, that's just my little lifelong story. That's what's been happening this week. That's why I haven't been posting a lot or haven't been on IG very much. I just been basically getting home, going to sleep, waking up, going to work. It's just, it took a lot out of me, but I got through it with no problem. And what's the worst that happens? I'm in a little pain for a few hours at work, and then I can come home and rest. And actually, honestly, Saturday after I got up around 11 in the morning, I took a nice easy resting morning. I got up, and now I don't feel like I've worked at all last week. So it's like, okay, I might be in a little, well, actually I'm in a lot of pain sometimes, but towards the end of the shift, I'm in pain, but I come home, I get to relax. As long as the schedule is not crazy, like constantly day in, day out, as long as I asked her for part-time, I think I can handle it. We'll see how my back does. But yeah, I mean, it's like $17 an hour, but it's just something. It'll help. I mean, the way I'm looking at it, $17 an hour, that's like a stack of 100 plates an hour or something like that if I needed to buy them, or it's a couple blocks of cocoa core an hour. It's a microscope a week, or it's something like that. That's how I'm looking at it, because that's why I'm doing this. I enjoy this hobby, and I wanted to get some more toys. Honestly, stuff I can't afford not working. Good morning, Daniel. Thank you, Bill. Good morning, Yodi Land. But let me get back to the interview. So the interview is going, and many of you must know by now that I have a history with addiction and issues, except for the past 4 years, which I've been, perfect. Can you pass a background check? My answer was, what do you consider passing? I mean, it's an honest question. How do you pass a background check? A background check is going to show either you have stuff in your background or you don't. So I said, how do you define passing? And she kind of giggled. I said, no, I do have a record, but it's way over than a decade. It's 15, 20 years ago. Nothing in the past decade. I just haven't had a chance to go to the courts and get it expunged yet, because it's been at least 20 years since anything I've done. She goes, can you pass a drug test? I said, yes, I can pass a drug test. So that was good. I also told her I could give her 4 years of references for drug tests, because I've had them for the past 4 years, every random month or so, and they've all been clean. So I can pass a drug test. But yeah, as long as you're honest, I think that's the best bet if you do try to get jobs. If anybody else is on here looking, I was completely honest. I actually interview really well. I'm very personable. I'm very good with the public. I'm very good with old people. Don't know why, but little old ladies and old men like me. I guess it's because I have this respect for my elders thing. That's kind of rare nowadays. Oh, no problem, Daniel. You can drive. You can listen. I'll be talking for a little while. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Harley. Yeah, it's just been kind of an interesting week. Something I didn't expect. I didn't expect to do this for but I can't keep going and just not have a steady source of at least a little bit of money to buy fun things and have fun with. I mean, I'm not expensive. I don't go out to eat. I don't go out to bars. I don't drink. I don't drug. I grow anything I want. Or I learn how to grow it or extract it or whatever. I don't go out and buy bad things anymore. I mean, like, like ketchup cups. I just started these last week because I didn't have any plates, and they're all growing fantastic. Everything's growing out. Oh, Pacers, this is that second LC test I did on your. This is the G Whiz. It grew out. This grew out in that 3-day period because I redid them. And then this is that Stormtrooper I sent you as well. How fast that grew on this new agar I poured the other day. It's already taken the color out of it. So within a week, that LC test has sucked the color right out of that. Anyways, okay, back on the subject. So yeah, you guys, I might have to do a little bit of adjustment on what Sunday brunch timing is and everything. I'm hoping I don't. It might have a couple weeks where it's off. So don't, if you enjoy it and like being here and hanging out with me, don't worry. It will have a home. There will be a brunch. I just don't. It might take a couple weeks to get everything sorted out. But the good thing is if all this works out, oh, there we go. Sorry. I don't know what happened. I just disappeared for a second on the screen. Yeah, that's going to, Pacers. I actually inoculated grains with some of that as well, some of that LC, and it's colonizing awesome. But then I got another one here. I'm going to show you guys. But I actually have more of the syringes right here. I pulled extra just to play with. Anyways, I got like 12 LCs I've been playing with. So yeah, just keep an eye out on Saturday evening before around 8 o'clock at night. I post whether or not brunch will be on. So if you have things to do and you don't see me post about, you can either DM me and ask, or just, usually I'm pretty good at putting the post up. Anyways, so yeah, so I'm going to have the microscope coming probably by the end of December because I have a lot of stuff I want to do with some spores and stuff under the microscope, but I need to have a better microscope. I didn't have a mechanical stage on my current microscope, so moving slides on the stage is really difficult when you have clumsy, goofy hands like me that just do what they want to do. Sometimes they drop things, they move things, they twitch, and when you're looking through a little lens or you're looking on a screen and you can't adjust, it's actually a pain in the ass to have the camera there. And so anyways, the mechanical stage is going to be the big part that I think is really going to help because it's nice and you can adjust left, right, back and forth, up and down, of course, and then fine. So the D130 looks like a really decent scope. I think it's just the dual heads is what I like because the top one can have the camera and then I can still look into one eyepiece without a camera because my camera has a long tube on it, so it sticks out 4 or 5 inches. So if I wanted to look, I'd have to move it, or I'd have to use my left eye or my right eye only, and I'd like to have the option of just having one ocular and then have the camera separate. So that's going to be kind of cool. It's got the mechanical stage, it's got the LED light because the lighting on mine is old too. Mine's an old microscope I bought secondhand, and I honestly love the guy that sold it to me, but I don't think it's that great. Anyways, but yeah, nice. You making plates, Yolanda? Or Yodiland? Sorry, Yolanda. Sorry, I don't know where I got Yolanda. I'm seeing a little bit far away. Yodiland. That's cool. Yeah, plates are fun. But yeah, so I'm going to have the computer program hooked up through the new microscope onto here. So I should be able to do a on-screen display side by side here of, well, like over here, spores and stuff to show you guys. I got a few little experiments I want to do with some spores, and I want to get some I got to order, I think it's tween 20 or tween 80. I got to find out. I got to talk to Ed Grant. He had mentioned which one it was that you need to use. I think you could use either. They're both surfactants, but I think it's called polysorbate 80 or tween 80 or tween 20 or polysorbate 20, maybe 60. I don't remember the exact one that he recommended. I know you can use Dawn or dish soap or whatever, but I want to get some actual tween just to do it 100% the way it's supposed to be done, because I want to separate some spores and get some interesting, not serial dilutions, but sort of grab and direct great, but I want to try doing some ghetto stuff with some spores just for fun. Actually, yeah, Pacers, I actually did the Daimon last night. Here, let me grab the grain. I actually I last night I came down. I don't know if I told you this or not. I found the Albert II plate. It was growing out nicely. So what I did, I don't know if I can even see it yet. Where is it? Well, I threw the chunks in here, so I don't know if you can see it. They're in there. So anyways, I put the dikaryon of the Albert II in here, and then a mono of the thick halo that I had. I put maybe a 1-inch square of thick halo. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. I also took the mono from the thick halo and put it into an LC jar. the other day. So I know it's a really dark color, but I used sorghum syrup, so it's actually just 2% sorghum, maybe 1.5%, but it's already starting to colonize. My normal LCs are this color, clear, but I did some with the dark sorghum syrup. And this is a GT I'm doing just for fun. It's going nice. It's actually colonizing already. You can see chunks floating in there. I don't know if you can see them. I can see them. Anyways, that's irrelevant. But yeah, Pacers. Let me see if I need to. Yeah, let me put the comments up on the screen here so people know what I'm talking about. Substrates Easy Pacers. Here you go. It's a big bag of CVG. It's simple. Mix in some. Get a brick of cocoa core. Half a dozen quarts of vermiculite. You're done. Put it in boiling water. It's simple. I can teach you. Just let me know. I can put it up here in a video, or I can talk you through it. No problem, Pacers. I can do that with you. So anyways, I did the diamond, the Buller. My mouth is not working today. Buller phenomenon. So it's a diamond. So it's the dikaryon is the Albert 2, and the mono is the Halo that I got from Ed Grand. But yeah, I can't wait. I also have both the parents growing, colonizing. I shouldn't say growing. They're colonizing. But yeah, all that green. Oh, step on that. All that agar I poured the rest of it into the ketchup cups. It's all growing out beautifully. You know, some transfers are just growing nicely. That there is the Tampanensis I got from Happy. Thank you, Happy. I did that with a bunch of cups as well. So I got a Tampanensis here. Never grown them. Gonna give them a try. But yeah, I got a whole stack of things just colonizing, and they're all getting nice and fluffy. So that's a lot of fun. Then I had this other experiment I'm doing. I had a Tylepii T0 plate, and it looked a little funny, and I wanted to use most of it in a grain jar as a T0 grain spawn. So what I did is I took a little piece from each little part of the plate that had different looking colonies, and I put them in a circle around this plate, this agar cup. And as you can see, there's about 8 different sectors in there. So I'm going to let them all grow together and see what happens. It's kind of a cool little experiment. They're already getting fuzzy, so I know they're taking to the agar, so it'll be interesting. Kind of a cool little T0-1. So it's like a bunch of T0 cultures onto one little cup thing. I might throw the whole thing in a grain jar when it's done colonizing just for fun. But oh yeah, Pacers. That I was talking to Captain Trips on IG, and he sent me those pictures I showed you, and he's got some cool stuff. Check him out, guys. Captain Trips on IG. It's CAPT space TRIPPS or something like that. I don't have it on right now, but yeah, seems like he's got a lot of cool stuff. But yep. Oh, Shipwreck. Yeah, it's Shipwreck's a blob mutation like an Enigma or an Omni or caramel popcorn. I got caramel popcorn right over here somewhere. Yeah, those are cool. Those are all really neat. Yep. Let's see here. Yodiland, what LC recipe do I use? I use 2 to 4% sugar in distilled water. That's it. I don't have anything else in my LC. Sometimes you can use sorghum, you could use Caro, you could use LME, anything you want, just to stay under 4% carbohydrate source, like sugar or whatever, whatever. I don't know exactly. I always get that term confused, whether it's carb source or glucose source, or just stay under 4%, whatever you put in it. So if you have 100 milliliters of water, don't put any more than 4 grams of 4 grams per 100 milliliters. That's the maximum. Anything over 4%, they say, is toxic to mycelium. But you also got to figure that you're not dealing with pure sugar either. If you're doing like sorghum or Caro, you have to use a hydrometer, whatever. Or I don't know exactly which one you use. It's for sugar. And then you can see the sugar content mixed, so there's, to get 4% sugar, you need to actually measure it, because the syrups and stuff we use are not 100% sugar. So, I mean, maybe if you use powdered corn sugar, that would be 100%. When you do your calculation, just use under 4%. You should be safe. You can add half a gram of biological or bacteriological peptone. You can add a little bit of absolutely anything you want to your LC, like if you add a little bit of powdered grain, like say you're going to use sorghum or Milo or millet, You could grind up some of your milo and millet. You could put just a dash of each of those in your LC. You can add a little bit of a lot of stuff to your LC. Fungia was doing a podcast. He did a video on LC where you can add all kinds of stuff to just give your mycelium different nutrients, just different stuff to eat. So yeah, you can add a lot of stuff. I would just try to stay under 4%. Anything you add. So if you had 1,000 milliliters, 40 grams. So anything under 40 grams. Yep, that's what I would say with that. Hey, Mark, what's going on? Yeti garlic not cross. Cool. What's up, Sandy? Did you end up figuring out whether you're going to go work, go to fishing, or work on fishing? I saw that post again today. That was cute. But so anyways, my I did an experiment with the oats and wheat bran. Sorry, whole oats and wheat bran. Paul, that would probably be a great idea if I knew how. I haven't made one yet. I've only made an THC one. I'm still learning on that stuff, extractions and stuff. So I've been starting to do stuff, but I'm still learning and getting it down. I show that I'm doing it, but I don't give the results if I don't like the results. I'm not going to show you the results because I don't want you doing something that's not working. But anyways, the whole oats with whole oats boiled, or no, whole oats soaked overnight, 20 hours, 24 hours or something like that. Heated up, strained, spread out in a pan, and then using wheat bran to dry it. I think I mentioned that last week or whatever. And then I jarred it, sterilized it, and I inoculated some with agar, and they are starting to take. This is the Tylepii I added onto there. So it's definitely working. So I'm happy about that. The experiments on Thai jasmine rice. I put some Blue Vuitton on here, and it's actually growing. You can't see it because the rice is white, but it's actually starting to colonize right around here. The only good thing about how white it is if it turns green, I'm really going to know it right away because it's got a big clear container. So the Thai jasmine rice is colonizing. I don't know if you can see it right under the rice. You can it is colonizing right under the rice. It's turning, there's mycelium right here and right here because I injected a little bit to the top and a little bit to the bottom, and then I put a little filter patch over the hole. So this is actually working. It was just for fun. I saw it at the store there, buy one, get one free. I got 2 of them. Figured I'd try it. So yeah, that's working. Now, my next experiment, I took some wild bird seed. It's all colonizing, fantastic. But I took some and poured it into Ziploc bags and knocked it up. So this is the albino Normac times gnats that I did. Oh, that's another thing I want to mention. So this is all colonizing beautifully. It's all nice and white. So this is since the 1st of December. So it's about ready to go. This has had a break and shake, so it's almost ready to go. I did a couple. I got 4 or 5 bags. One of them went bad, but it wasn't the bag. And then this one's the Kalo crossed with GT. It's all colonizing nicely. It's all white. They should be ready to go in a couple days. Just different crosses I'm doing. But apparently, what we know as P. natalensis is not P. natalensis anymore. It's apparently okra now. So I guess there's a new name for peanuts because the person that bred all the peanuts to make crosses that said it wasn't a cube now says it's not a natalensis because there's a new natalensis from somewhere else that's been verified again by more scientists. So we're in for a shitstorm of people that owe apologies to a lot of people because no, they don't owe anything. They're not gonna. So basically, they gaslit everybody about, yeah, gnats are now okra, or there's a longer name, but the abbreviation is okra, and peanuts are officially peanuts now. So let's see if they're going to breed with cubes again. I don't know enough about the science behind it, but I know that I've heard a lot of people badmouth a lot of good people for saying things like, you can't breed cats and dogs, you can't breed gnats and cubes. I mean, it made sense to a lot of scientific people. So whatever, they're going to do what they're going to do. I just think it's really okay. I don't care what they do, but I really think that they should say, look, we got it wrong. I'm sorry. That's it. That's all you have to say. We got it wrong. We went by the information we had. We got it wrong. Sorry, we were assholes about it. But no, the gnats that have been on the market for years got a new name, spore whore. Sorry, spore whore. I call this guy spore whore. Spore whore hunter. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was all over Yoshi Amano's new site about he got the only one that's been grown in the US or something. I think he was the only one that was able to breed with a cube in the US too. Yeah, I don't care. I think it's giving bad information to people that want to try breeding things, because they're going to start taking all kinds of different species and trying to breed them with cubes and think it's going to work when it doesn't. You know, you can't breed cats and dogs. I mean, if they get a hybrid, great, but you know, I don't know enough about the science. I'm sure there'll be people talking about it. I don't, just yeah. Yeah, the AFF is now not AFF and this and that. It's ridiculous, Steve. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. So basically, everything that they were saying about gnats are not cubes and this and that, they did breed. It is the first hybrid. Now they're not gnats anymore. So are they cubes? But they're calling them okra or okra. So I don't know the official name. Yeah. So, anyways, exactly. Who knows? Doesn't matter. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. So, anyways, yeah. So these bags of grain are working good. And again, like I said, the ones I had that said peanut, that's what I call them. That's what I grew. I'm just gonna call it gnat or whatever. I don't like the term okra. I think that sounds stupid. It sounds like seaweed or something. I forget exactly what okra is, but I think it's seaweed. Yeah, if they breed with cubes, they're cubes. Good morning, Ed. Yeah, I think you understood about that more than I do. But yeah, I saw that and I couldn't believe it when I saw that. Yeah, gnats are not gnats anymore. They're now called okra, and gnats are officially gnats again. So people just got to stop saying things. I mean, maybe they're being proven scientifically, but I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. And then gaslighting people and getting in arguments with people over it is even worse. Yeah, just to create hype. Exactly. And it's sad because they hurt a lot of people. A lot of people try things and enjoy learning and doing things. Okay, thanks, Bill. I knew it was something, a vegetable or seaweed or something. I always thought okra was okra. Okay, okra, whatever. They're doing all kinds of stuff with it. So, anyways, on other news, I went to the dump on Saturday, and they had 14 of these little buckets. They're little like Easter basket bucket things. They're about the size of my head, So I'm gonna use these to make some grain or some as buckets. I got 14 of them. I figured they're brand new. They still got their tags on them. So I'm gonna wipe them out. I'm gonna put a little cake inside. Maybe I'll have like a 4-inch thick cake and see how these grow. And then I also got 12 Sterilite 16-quart containers at the dump, almost brand new. They held paperwork. The person was dropping off. She said, yeah, she had paper in them for years. They never had any food or anything in them. They're all basically brand new. So she had files in them, and she had 12 of them. Actually, she had 18 of them, but 6 of them were broken. But all the ones that weren't broken, I grabbed. So I got 12 brand new Sterilite containers with 18 lids. So I got those I can play with now. I think I'm going to use them more for storage for stuff before I grow in them. But the little buckets are going to be fun to grow in. I think that'll be a cool little thing. You have a nice little cake, just like a bag, but with a exactly. I definitely look at recycled stuff. The only thing with the job is I will be able to buy good stuff now when I want to. But so things are going good. Different things. So if you guys have any questions, again, you can just easily reach me at any of my social media stuff. It's MycoAlan at Gmail. Let me see if I can get this to come up here. Let's see where to go. Huh. There it is. Yay. Any inquiries or questions or unanswered questions, please email me at MycoAlan, Mycology at gmail.com. There you go. Put that up on the banner for a little while. Yeah, that is a steal, Yodi. Yeah, free is always great. I mean, but the little buckets for the little like Easter bucket things, I think those would be cool to do little grows. And, I could put like a dozen of them on a shelf, and they're bigger than like a container. I don't know if I need to cover them. I might just put like saran wrap or aluminum foil over the top while they colonize, and then I'll do one this week. I'll try it out once. Actually, you know what? I could probably use this grain here. This bag of grain, put it right in there, mix it like 4 or 5 inch thick cake. Yeah, I'll do like a 2-to-1 ratio and see how it goes. That should be neat. I'm not sure, Bill. The Uncle Ben's is still colonizing. It was really big, and I did to the side, so it hasn't gotten to the bottom yet. But like I said, this one here is working. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard to see the grain growing. Let's see if I can get a good picture of it. Right under where it says rice, it's growing. You can see it. I don't know if you can see it. It's growing right under here. I mean, it's growing up here too, but it's behind the filter patch I've put on. Oh, there you go. Right under the 2 E's, you can see a white spot. You see where it says VEE, the first 2 E's? You can actually see a little bit of mycelium growing right there. Anyways, so those are growing on Thai jasmine rice. I thought that was neat stuff because you can see through the whole container. So if it turns any colors, I'll know. So yeah, it's going decent. I mean, I hope it's going decent. I mean, it's ropey mycelium, so it's definitely, yeah, it's definitely colonizing. I mean, I don't know how fast it's going to colonize. And it's coming through the bottom too a little bit. Yeah. Either that or it's squished. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to put that back in my new incubator and see how it goes. But the Uncle Ben's, I don't know what it's doing. It's got the same, I think it's got the same inoculant. No, I used a different LC on those. So it could be, who knows. This one here, I used the Louis Vuitton. Yeah, I put Louis Vuitton on here. I know that culture is good because I just tested it because I just sent it out to Pacer. So I know that one's running good. So, hey, there's another example. Pacer, the Blue EV. I think that's the one I sent you. It's growing. So it's clean. Well, clean as it can be as far as I know. I hope it didn't have any effect from the weather because it's been kind of cold. But we'll see. Cold is better than hot. From what I've been instructed. I don't think it'd be a good experiment. I think I'm going to let an LC freeze in a syringe just to see what happens. If I can thaw it out and reuse it and try to see if it, you know what, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take one of these. This Stormtrooper. I know it's good. I know it's viable. I'm going to let this freeze. And then next Sunday, I'm going to try it out, or I'm going to let it freeze. And then I'll let it thaw. I'll test it Wednesday and we'll see what happens next Sunday. I'll put it on agar today. Well, I know it's good because it's right there on agar from the same syringe. So I know this LC is good. I'm going to do a freeze. I'm going to do an experiment. I'm going to freeze this and see how it goes. I don't have to worry about freezing it because I have a whole jar of it right here. So I got plenty of that. I got so much LC growing right now. Thick plates of LC in here. I mean, look how thick that is. That's just a big mass of LC. But yeah, so I got a bunch of these things on here. I got one that's like got a huge pellicle. This one, Casper. Got this huge chunks in there. Well, I can't see it. Anyway, I'm not gonna go off on LC sidetrack. Yodi, I've never had a successful Uncle Ben's. I've had it all the way to colonizing substrate. I'm sorry about the noise, guys. That's our water system. Give me a second if it's a little too noisy. My father's running water, so hopefully it doesn't stay on long. If it does, I'll shut the hot water off. He'll stop using it. But yeah, Uncle Ben's. Yeah, I have not had a 100% successful Uncle Ben's grow. They've all contaminated except for one, which I've recently gotten. I put it into a cake. It didn't start colonizing the cake because I didn't break it up. So then I ended up breaking it up. It colonized really quickly within 3 days. And then about 4 or 5 days later, it had a big green spot on it. So I tossed it. I don't know if that was because of my error. Well, it was, of course, my error. But I had a pressure cooker issue up until about a month ago now. I don't know. It's been a few weeks. I had a Tefal that was, again, my fault. I ran it dry once a while back and it expanded. And I think that threw off the not the measurements, the tolerances on the seals and everything. So when I've been pressure cooking, it was like the gasket went and then the seals leaking. So I was never getting a full 15 PSI for any length of time. So I believe I had a lot of things it was taking me 4 or 5 hours of pressure cooking to sterilize things. So I don't think some of my grains and stuff were getting all the way sterilized into the center. But since I've had the new PC, everything is sterile. I haven't had a problem with anything. As far as the stuff I've grown on, like the oats or this CVG, I took these and I bagged them up. I had a big tote of it and I bagged it up into 3 to 4 pound blocks and pressure cooked it, and it pressure cooked great. I like sterilizing my CVG. I pressure cooked this for 2.5 hours, and it barely used a half a quart of water in the pressure cooker for 2.5, 3 hours. My Tefal, I was going through 3.5 quarts of water every 45 minutes. That's how much it was leaking. So it was very, very difficult to probably get the right temperature in the center of all the things I was putting in there. Now, I think it was just a crapshoot at some of the things that were going bad. And it wasn't like LCs. Those have all been fine. Anything liquid has been fine. I haven't had any contamination, anything liquid. I think that's because the heat transfers easier through the liquid. But anything I did like larger jars, like if I filled anything more than halfway like this, I don't think the center jars were getting as much heat as they needed, because I was having brown rice, just brown rice, jarred brown rice in the center, that all of a sudden 2 weeks after pressure cooking, I'd have it on the shelf or I'd have it in the fridge or whatever until I inoculated it. It would just be green. It never opened. It was in a sealed jar with no modifications, just a sealed, no unmodified jar in a vacuum, no matter. And all of a sudden it was green. So how did that happen? In a vacuum, as soon as I took it outside, I opened it, went, that sucking noise you get when you open the container. So it was in a vacuum and it grew green mold. So it had to be a sterilization issue. But yeah, so I never had an Uncle Ben's go good yet, but I don't know. I kind of went off on a tangent there. But yeah, it's a waste. But every time I go through the store and I see them, I just think I gotta do it. I want to have one work. Then again, it could be a locational thing too. Maybe in the Northeast, the Uncle Ben's bags are processed differently. Hey guys, I don't know if you can hear me, but my computer crashed for some reason. So I'm working on getting you up on my here we go. Sorry guys. My computer kind of crashed, so I don't know what's going on. It just restarted. As soon as it's done restarting, I'll bring you guys back up on that. So, whoa, bright lights. Okay. I hope you guys can hear me. I cannot see the comments yet. Give me a second to try to turn them on. Okay, sorry guys. Anybody there? We're back. I'm on my cell phone for a few minutes, guys, so sorry about the change. Yeah, let me wait for my computer to restart. All of a sudden it shut down. Sorry, I don't know. Yeah, I should be on the screen shortly, Jason. But sorry guys, I don't know what the hell happened. All of a sudden, like my computer's like literally restarting, as you can see. So it'll be back on in a minute. And as soon as that's back on, I'll turn that back on. So I'm not going to go nowhere. I brought my phone down just for this emergency. Sorry, I wasn't ready. Wasn't expecting that. I hope you guys can see me. So yeah, it's a cell phone, so it's going to sound a little different. Just give me a few minutes, guys. It'll be back up. Anyways, we can still keep talking. I don't know, what was I talking about? Yeah, so anyways, let me see if I can set this up a little bit so I can not get the whole. There we go. That's better. Okay, so anyways, as I was talking about, which I don't remember. Yeah, so anyways, sterilization. I was having major issues with the T-fall because, again, my fault. I absolutely probably destroyed that thing what happened is I ran it out of water one day for like 5 minutes. And literally, don't know how it happened. I filled it the same way I always fill it, but it ran out of water and it expanded. The bottom expanded, so the tolerances I think all got screwed up, like for around where the top is. But it worked good for a little while because what I did is the bottom kind of bowed, so I slammed it with a big rubber mallet, got it flat again, and everything worked fine. And then it just started losing pressure. The seals started going. I tried ordering new seals. I couldn't get one for a while. One of them told me they couldn't get it to me until after Thanksgiving, which was like 4 months ago, and I ended up canceling that one. And so I ended up getting it. I ended up getting a Presto a few weeks back from a very, very generous gentleman in our IG and in our T crew and everything. Bubblegum. He sent me one as a gift from my Amazon account. For my, I have a thing on Amazon where it shows all your different gifting things, just if anybody ever wants to donate anything, they can go on Amazon or they can go on the Ko-Fi. I have all the links in my bio. So yeah, someone gifted me a pressure cooker out of the blue. All of a sudden it showed up one day. I was not expecting this at all. And it showed up and, it was amazing. So it's been perfect ever since. Everything is sterilizing. Even transferring from, into bags from jars. Like I had a bunch of jars and I wanted to put them in bags just to see if it colonized faster than a jar for extra headspace of air in here. And actually right now it seems like it is pretty fast. It's literally growing up the sides of the bag already. So yeah, it's pretty solid. This is birdseed, so it breaks up real easy until it's fully colonized. But yeah, let me get this thing going here. Anyways, so that's starting up. That'll be ready in a minute. That'll be back up in a minute. I hope everybody's still here. Says we got 29 people. I hope we still do. Thanks, James. Appreciate it. Sorry, guys, about that little mix-up. I'll be back onto the regular computer in a minute, and I'll just shut this off and go to that real quick. But yeah, so the pressure cooker issue, don't skimp out on your pressure cooker. I originally went with T-Fall because it was $20 cheaper, and I only had under $100 to spend, and I should have waited a couple more weeks and went with the Presto. Now I have two situations that are good. I have the Presto, and my father also, without my knowledge, bought me a 18-liter autoclave, like a dental autoclave with the plug-in thing where it's all electric and everything. So I'm going to have that to do my stuff in the lab. I can put that in here and have that run my LCs, my agar and stuff, and cleaning my tools and everything in there. So I'm going to have that, and then I'll have the Presto for doing grains and substrates and stuff to make sure that stays good. Okay, let me see if I can get this going here. But anyways, yeah, so hey, what's going on? Damn, I'm having a brain fart. You put the magic trailer up there. I can't remember which one, what your name is. Damn it. Jay. Duh. I'm so used to seeing Jay's Mycology. You put magic trailer. I couldn't get that out of that. What's going on, Jay? I'm having a couple little video issues here, so we're about to get ready to go back on StreamYard on my computer setup. So just give me 1 minute here, guys. Any questions? You guys feel free to type them in the comments while we're hanging out while I'm getting this ready to go. Okay, we got this. Okay, guys, I'll be right back here in a second. Let me see. I don't know if I can run both of them at the same time. Anyways, guys, I'll be right back. So don't go anywhere. I will be live with you in. Hello, hello. Okay, good. That's working. So I'm going to exit out of this one. I'll be on that one shortly. Okay. Boom. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Okay. That's odd. There. Sorry. Okay, we're back on the regular computer. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what the hell happened there, but apparently something happened. I don't know. It just restarted out of the blue. Okay. Let's put everything back the way it should be. There we go. Thanks, Bill. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Yes, I was my own guest. That's the way I was going to set up doing a multiple camera setup. I was going to have myself as my own guest. So yeah, it's actually kind of cool to do it. You can the problem is with the audio. If you get the audio screwed up, like I'm sure you guys just heard, I could take the phone and go over there and have it in another area. The only problem is when I wanted to do it, I wanted to do it with the phone outside, and I couldn't take it and get it to jump from one internet to the Wi-Fi outside. But anyways, I wanted to bring it outside to show the pot plants when they were growing back in September or August. But yeah, I was my own guest. Thank you. Sorry, guys. Appreciate you sticking around for that little debacle there. Anyways, hi, Jay. Magic Trailer. How you doing? Thank you. Thank you. Go Gadget live stream. Yeah, it's always something. I swear to God, every one of us that, Ed's had issues over the years with his streams. Andrew over at Mossy Creek, they were having issues, him and Samantha the other night. I didn't catch any of these guys live lately because I've been working. So Andrew was having issues, or Samantha was having issues with her headsets the other night during the mushroom cast. Everybody that does live has these issues. Hey, newbie one, what's going on, man? But I think we're getting better. The only thing my next step is I'm going to be getting a better camera. The audio I think is decent. I mean, I didn't go crazy on the microphone. It was only a $39 microphone, but it's a in-place microphone where it sits here. So that's a lot nicer to have. It's directional. So when I have the flow hood running, I can put this over there. And as long as I put something behind it, it doesn't pick up the noise from the flow hood. I was shocked because I was doing a video when I was pouring those agar cups and somebody said, how can you work without the flow hood on? And I said, well, I actually had it on. I couldn't believe how quiet it was when I went back and rewatched the video. So yeah, so that worked out really well. I don't even know if I'm going to need to put something behind it. What I'm going to get is, I don't know, when you guys see things come in the mail and they got those gray foam packing things, I have some of that. I'm going to have as just like a background, like a muffle behind it. Yeah, I saw your videos, Jay. I saw the one you just did, the 2 shoebox. I don't know whether it was last night or what. I think I said hi on the comment or something. They're all the same. You're doing normal work. I had a question though for you, Jay. You're always doing the one hand and one substrate, one hand. What? Can't you just rinse your hands off, or is the sink covered or something when you're working there? That's what I do. I just go wash my hands and spray them with alcohol, and I can do each. I can use both hands. Do what you want. I mean, your way works fine. I was just curious about that. I know wasting gloves is stupid. I don't do that either. But I usually either just wipe them off under the faucet, like I wash my hands with the gloves on. Might be something you might, make it easier for you. I don't know if you ever thought of that. I'm sure you did. I don't know. Anyway, just a thought. Yeah. Yeah. You've been doing fun stuff. I've seen that, those videos, Jay. Let's see. What else was I going to talk about? Grow tent behind me is growing. I got stuff. I have nothing fruiting right now. Everything is fruited out. Yeah, no, yeah, Jay, no, I'm not saying it's bad. I didn't, I figured maybe your sink was covered. I've been camping in a trailer, so I figured maybe your stove had a cover on it when you were doing your SAB. No biggie. Let me know how your experiments go with the gypsum, with not using gypsum, because I just made some CVG, and then I also made some just straight core because I ran out of vermiculite. Hopefully I'll be getting some more of that soon. But yeah, so I ran out of, actually I just used the last of my 10-pound block of core, and I figured I'd hydrate it and get it ready, and then I can bag it up and use it as I need it, or I can use it as a pseudo casing or true casing or something. I did pH it up to 9, 8.5, 9, because just because. Yeah. I did the LC, but I have to add the clone to it and see. Yeah, just take a little tiny piece. You can use a little tiny 1/4 inch square piece or smaller. Just throw that right in there. Works fine. Takes about a week till you start seeing growth. Try to give it a little swish every day. Like this one here. I added a little tiny piece of mushroom in here yesterday, and it's just got a marble. And just do that. Just swish it side to side. Don't shake it so it hits the top of the jar. You don't want anything leaking out. But yeah, you just do it really nicely. Just open it. Just slip a little piece of mushroom in there. You'll be good. Yep. It's really simple. Just give it a little bit of swirl every day or every couple days or whatever. Some of these I don't stir at all, like this Yeti. I didn't stir this one at all, and it's getting nice and thick in there. You can see it's nice and clear in this one. This is just Caro syrup and distilled water. But it gets nice, all the nice cloudy, as someone called it, the jellyfish are growing. But then again, I have some that I use darker syrup on, so they get nice and dark in here. These are nice. These are good too. This is I don't know if you'll see anything going around, but there should, yeah, there you go. You can see the sample going around. It's hard to see. Yeah, you'll be good. How important is the skin? Do you peel your apples and potatoes? I do peel my apples and potatoes when I'm making apple pie or mashed potatoes. Yeah, gotta love the. Is that you that was saying that, Paul? I think that was you that was talking about jellyfish. I love that comment. That was so cool. You can see the jellyfish growing. Here, I'll show you some really cool jellyfish if I can find it. I have one that's so thick. I just can never find it when I'm on the video here. This one. Here. There's some jellyfish. Those little white ghosts, those are big chunks of mycelium that came off the top. Anyways, yeah, your jellyfish will grow good. This is a kind of a cool example. You see how clear the top is? And it's all just sitting there. I don't know, when you give it a little swirl, boom, jellyfish are swimming. I make a lot of little LCs just for fun. I don't actually do much with them. I just give them to friends or sell them a little bit. I don't sell a lot. I just sell some of them. If somebody wants something, I'll take it out. I'll test it. And like, these are the test plates I did of some of those right there. They come out beautiful. It's already eaten all the mycelium, or the color of the agar is being eaten away. But that's that Stormtrooper. That's this one, right? That's this one right here. That one I just showed you. It looks like it's thin in there, but that is more than enough mycelium to grow. They don't need to be thick. That there is this one right here. It's white, but the writing on the lid is black. But yeah, that's a 3 days, 4 days worth of growth in there. And then the other one is this one, which is just a little bit behind that one. But it's not green, it's white. It's green colored in color, but well, yeah. Oh, thanks, Paul. Thanks, Jay. Yeah, I just use LC because I usually just put the agar right onto the grains. Like, if I get a plate, like I'll take these ketchup cups, and I guess what's called is tiger dropping, or teardrop, tiger drop. This is a GT. So what I'll do is I'll take my grain jar, and I'll just unscrew the lid in front of my hood or in my sab, and I'll get it almost off, so it's loose, but just sitting on top. And I'll take this and I'll spray this down, and I'll take the lid and just get it loose. And then what I'll do is, as I'm ready, I'll take the lid off of this, and then I'll just flip it over and squeeze, and it'll actually fall. If you do this, see how the agar puck just fell down? I left the lid on, but it just falls. Boop, and it falls right into your jar. So that's what I do. So I just put the whole thing right in from the ketchup cups. Sometimes I cut them in half and I'll use half, but it don't matter. Cool. Yeah. You can go down to 60 with no problem, Jay. I mean, as long as your temp is consistent, like your fruiting temperatures, lower is not that necessarily bad. Some people say that lower temps actually grow stronger fruit because it has more time to maybe make alkaloids or whatever, because it slows them down a little bit. It makes sense. You slow it down, it has time to get all the nutrients and everything into the parts of the mushroom. Question: did you watch the Emerald Triangle documentary by I might have. When was that newbie one? Emerald Triangle is the California pot growing area, right? From Mendocino up to, I know the area. I don't know if I watched that particular documentary. I have seen many, many, many videos on growing things. I spent probably about the past 4 years just watching videos. So yeah, I know what Mendocino and the Golden Triangle is. I don't know what this I don't pay attention to names or editors or any of that stuff. Um, cool. Okay, I'll have to check that out. I don't know if it's on YouTube or whatever. I don't have TV, so. Yo, 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 chicken wings and blow. Yeah, I had those days too. What's up, legend? Oh gosh. Yeah. So yeah, so things are going along. I can't wait to get the new microscope. That's gonna be fun. Um, that's like I said, I can't use the microscope. I can use it. I can look at sections of the mycelium, like I said, without a mechanical stage. I tried adding a mechanical stage, but it makes it really shaky because it's not officially screwed in. It's like double taped on, and I'll move it, and all of a sudden, sometimes it'll start shaking. Or I think you need a really good base for your microscope too. Like you don't want it on like a table that wobbles. You want to have a nice strong base. You want a heavy table underneath it so it's not being moved around, because I'm noticing little bits of movement when I'm looking through my scope. So I think that's because of the table I was using. And so, anyways, yeah, that's going to be fun to figure out. So what I was thinking is building like a kind of like a still air box for my microscope, so I could have like or maybe a glove box would be a better way to call it. So I could actually do little bits of work inside of it or in front of the flow hood, and then have it sterile inside. So if I did want to have spores on a plate without a cover slip or something, so I could actually use like a stretched out glass pipette to um, what's it called when you to move things, manipulate the samples. Um, I was thinking maybe have like because I want to try some things with like samples, look at them on the side, and then possibly even use those spores in grain or on agar afterwards. I don't know if it'll work, but just something to play with. But yeah, so that's what I'm planning on doing with that. And then again, like I have different orders. I gotta get CVG supplies, basically cocoa core, vermiculite. I use some old plaster I had for gypsum. It's just basically gypsum, but I don't use much anyways. Maybe a quarter of what most people recommend, if that. I just throw it in there just because everybody does. And it's in the name, CVG. It makes me feel better about saying CVG when there's a little bit of gypsum in it. But yeah, so that's that. And let's see. Give me a second. And so if anybody has any more questions, feel free to post them. Let's go back, see if I missed anything. Oh, here's one. Hey Yodi, I see this comment you posted a while back about steam sterilizing. You could also try fractional sterilization or tyndallization. Um, basically, what that means is get the center, like if you have a thermometer and you got a steam sterilization going, get the center of your grains up to temperature for an hour, let them cool overnight. Do it again another day. Bring them up to first day, bring them up to like 165 to 185. So you're going to be basically killing off as much as you can. Let it sit there at that temperature for like 2 hours in the center of your sterilization. Like if you're doing a steam sterilization, take a jar full of water and put it right in the center of the mass of your steamer. Put a thermometer sensor in there so you can see the temperature of that water. When that water is at 165 for 2 hours, steam it for that long, for 2 hours at 165. Kill the heat, cover it, let it sit overnight. The next day, bring it up to as high as you can get it, 200, 210 degrees, as high as you can get it without. It's going to be tough. You're not going to get to 212 in that water. Get it up as high as you can for 2 hours. And you can do that 2 or 3 days in a row. That's basically tyndallization. It's fractional sterilization. It's I thought it was just bring it up to temp, bring it down, bring it up, bring it down. But it's actually a few day process. But it's supposed to be really effective if you don't have a pressure cooker. Just a thought. I was watching a video on that last night from Gaia in his sterilization video on pressure cookers and stuff. I watch a lot of videos. But yeah, hey Pacer, yeah, I got lost there for a second too. The video cut out on my computer, but I brought the camera phone and it's back. But yeah, if you have to try that fractional sterilization, you can look it up. It's called tendilization, either tendili or tendilization. But it's a cool little process if you don't have a pressure cooker, guys. So it takes a little longer, but if you're willing to take the time to do things without a pressure cooker, you might be interested in the hobby and you might want to try it to see if you can get some really good results. But yes, you can just steam things for like 4 hours. I would say go at least 3 to 4 hours when you're steaming stuff at temperature. So get it up to temperature. Like I said, a jar of water in the center with a temperature probe, like an oven temperature probe in the center. You want to make sure the center mass is getting to temperature. That was my problem with the pressure cooker. I couldn't put a thermometer in my pressure cooker to get the center temperature. So I think that's where I was having problems with my old temperature, my old pressure cooker, like I said. But yeah, tendilization. It's an interesting process. So yeah. How do you use azimite in your substrate instead of gypsum? Same way. Instead of putting gypsum in, put azimite in. If that's what you mean. It's a non-proven mineral that you can add to your substrate, like gypsum. I don't know if it helps with the pH. Azimite, it's not lime. Lime is lime. No, it's a mineral, so I don't know what it does for the pH. But you might want to test the pH, see if it adds or lowers the pH. Take like a cup of water, add some azimite, see how the pH changes. Yeah, Jay, I know you do. Yeah. Oh yeah. You can definitely yeah, Jay, I know you get it hotter than 165, but in the tendilization process, it's a 3 heating process. And the first day you get it to 165 to kill everything that dies up to 165, but then allow over the 24 hours that you're letting it stay at room or get to room temperature, allowing things to germinate that possibly didn't before or that were hiding deep inside grains. So basically what you're doing is you're getting things to start to sprout or germinate or whatever the frick they're doing. And then during the second heating process, you're trying to kill those or as much of those as you can. That'll be killed up to 210 degrees or 100 Celsius, whatever temperature you're getting up to. But you want to definitely go higher than 165 and definitely in the process. So if you go to 165 and stop, you're not getting everything, guys. That's not what I was saying at all, Jay. Thank you. Yeah, you definitely want to do a cycle hotter. So it's like 2 hours at 165 for one day. Let it cool. Let everything inoculate or germinate. That's going to germinate. Endospores. Let those things get out and open. That's the idea of the process, to get those little hidden things in there to open up. And then you go back a second or even a third day of 200-degree plus temp or steam temperatures. You're not going to get over 212 or 210. You're probably not even going to get over 200. Not in a conventional stove. You could get close, but it's going to be hard to get the heat to transfer into the center of the mass at exactly 212 when it's boiling. Steam's going to be 212, 200 and so degrees. You're not going to get that transfer into the thermodynamics won't allow it to get 100% transfer. So you're only going to get maybe 200, 195. But yeah, it's a 3-day process. It's not a slow process. His what he's talking about is when he does his steam sterilizing, he gets his corn or something that doesn't have as many endospores or whatever in it, like wheat or oats would have. So his corn, he can steam sterilize it a lot easier, just getting it hydrated well. With your hydration, that makes a big difference too. If you don't hydrate it properly, steaming is harder to do. But you sterilize it good, Jay, so I'm not worried about you. But yeah, if you get everything hydrated properly, you can just steam it. I'm just giving an alternative process, the tendilization. I thought it was kind of neat. And that gives you a little more added security if you want to try it or somebody wants to try it. Yep. But yeah, sorry, Jason. Yeah, azimite, I haven't used it myself, but it's basically just oh, thanks, Legend. Yeah, Fresh Cap. I don't know what Fresh Cap has. I saw a fun guy I get last night doing he didn't do the whole process, but he was explaining it. And I looked up a couple other things on Google and thought it was kind of cool. So yeah, Fresh Cap, he's got videos on everything. Absolutely, yeah. What's his name? Not but Andrews Mossy Creek. Fresh Cap is I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But yeah. But yeah, so sorry, back to Jason. Yeah, azomite, it's just an additive, just like some people just say add like if you do like a CVG recipe, just add like a half a cup or something, just mix it in. But, oh yeah, yeah, no, Jay, it is definitely a lot more time. Yep, yes, it is. But I mean, this is there's people that have time, and especially if you're like working or something, it would be something you could do in. Paul, thank you, Steve. I forget things like that sometimes, but yep. I like his videos. He's got some cool stuff. Thank you, Steve. How are you today, Steve? Steve helped me out last week or last Friday or whatever one with the ketchup cup, writing down the tips and tricks. Thank you. But yeah. So recap. If anybody has any questions, feel free. So yeah, so I'm planning on doing the microscope. The camera for this, it's a decent little 4K camera, but it'll be cool because I think I'll be able to zoom in and out. Yeah, Jay, it's just something like say you had to work and you couldn't finish your PC cycle. It's also good to know too, so you can say, okay, I got 3 hours, or so it's got to get up to temperature, steam for 4 hours, then it's kind of cool. So in other words, you could say, okay, well, let's just get it up to 165 for a little while, let everything get warmed up, put it away, and then next day do a nice deep sterilization. Buddy's doing good. Oh, we got Buddy an appointment at a groomer next Thursday. He's going in for his first grooming. Not done by me. I haven't had time lately to do the amount of work that I need to do on him. And my father recommended that we do one for Christmas. So I'm going to be getting a bunch of pictures of him for Christmas. So keep an eye on my IG, or I'll maybe do a video on the pictures because he's going to be a pain in the ass. He's not going to cooperate at all. So it's going to be a freaking interesting situation to try to get him with a Christmas hat or scarf or anything. I'm going to try to get him to have something on. So it's going to be an interesting time to try to get some good pictures of him. If I can get a couple good pictures, I might try to manipulate the backgrounds because there's no snow, and I like taking pictures of him in the snow. So next Thursday, he goes in for his first ever official grooming. And I found the groomers that did my old dog back in like 2006, 2007. The old lady's 85 years old. She's still doing it. So hopefully we'll have a good cut and not a choppy cut. We'll see. Should be fine. But yeah, so it's going to be interesting. So I'm probably going to videotape some of that, trying to get him into a costume of some sort. He's very food driven, so I might be able to get him to do it for some food. But yeah, he does not like wearing clothes at all. He wants to play with it. As soon as you come near him, he'll just play with it. Like we tried reindeer antlers one year. I think I got maybe one picture, and it was just in between him and in between me backing off and him ripping it off his head. I got one picture, but yeah. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Steve, I'm good. Hanging in there. A little busy right now, but it's worth it. Especially if I can get some more stuff going for my mushroom growing and stuff. It'll be worth working a little bit. I am. I don't know how many hours I'm going to get yet. She, when I left on Friday night, I texted her to find out when I'm working again because she didn't tell me. And then she texted me back Saturday morning or afternoon that she's revising the schedule to figure out how to fit in my training. So that should be good to know. Once I get a schedule, I'll be able to figure everything out as far as my mushroom stuff goes. But let's see, Ledin, how many cultures do you run at once? Run or have? I'm looking at over 100 right in front of me over here. Let me just see if I can show you. I have plates and cultures everywhere. I mean, that's one shelf. There's another shelf. I got plates all over the place over here. All up on top of my flow hood over there. I got plates down here. I got cultures and plates just basically everywhere around where I'm at right now. I do a lot. I probably got at least 100 different stuff going right now. On grain, like grain bags, I have 4 different strains on bags. This is albino Normac times peanut or okra. Fucking assholes. Sorry. This here is like thick halo that I got from Ed Grand on Spore Swabs. I pulled monos on that one. So this here is thick halo, and I crossed it with GT just to see what it'll do. The original, like one of the nice stuff, originals GT. Just I'm trying to go back to getting some, like, I want to get an original penis ND, an original GT, an original tat. I want to get some older, the Melmac or whatever. I just want to get a bunch of like the basic strains so I can I want spores, so I want to be able to do T0s and have multispore and do monos. So I have the originals to mix with all these new crosses that are out there just to see what will happen, or even remix some originals like B plus times PE just to see what I get. Those are things I want to play with. Like I got this Tylip I got from Ed Grand as well. This one's colonizing. So that's gonna be fun. This is no, it's like I put this puck in here on the 16th of 10th. Sorry, it looks like a T. So I got one little spot right there growing, and then I got a secondary little spot. That's not the spot over there. I think there might be one on the bottom. I put like two little pieces, or one big piece and a couple little pieces that broke off of it. And then this one here is the Albert 2 times the Halo. So that's going to be one. I just did this last night, so it's not even growing yet. But let's see. Yeah, you can see the chunks of agar in here. I mean, they're hard to see. Yeah, I grow a lot of different cultures at once. Legend. That's why I like in the tent here. I have I have two trays of AA plus. I got a Casper. It's weird. I had a contaminant on the top of the Casper tub. It just had one little tiny, like 1/8-inch square, dark green spot. Tiny. It didn't go in, and it was like on the surface of the core, which is really weird. I've never seen it like that. Usually it's like white and then turns green. This is just one. I don't really know. So I scooped out the whole section, like maybe like a quarter of the tub. Scooped off like the first inch just to see what will happen, because it just didn't look like normal contamination. It looked like something might have landed on that one spot that might have had enough nutrition for it to grow a little bit. And I mean, I caught it within probably, well, from what I know, since 24 hours before, there was nothing. So, but yeah, so I scooped out a section. We'll see what happens. If I lose the cake, I lose the cake. So anyways, I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got like 8 cakes in the tent behind me. I got 2 tubs in my incubator. I took a filing cabinet, one of the like 5 or 4 foot tall, the 4-drawer filing cabinets. And I have these little sensors. They turn a plug on and off like an Inkbird, but it's just got it off eBay, even cheaper. You set the temperature you want or a timer or whatever, and it turns a plug on and off. It's basically a thermostat. So I got one of those keeping my heat mat on the bottom of the bottom drawer of the filing cabinet. It's metal. I have a heating pad for like underneath the water tank in a motorhome. I had a couple of them. We used to have a motorhome. So I put those on the bottom. I put one on the bottom, and it turns on. It keeps it at 74 degrees, 73.7 to 74 degrees. So I'm now running that little incubator for the winter because the cellar temperature drops under 60 a lot. So I got my tent behind me staying at 74, and I got that staying at 74. So yeah, so I made an incubator. So I got shoe boxes. I got 2 shoe boxes and a ton of grain jars, probably 18 to 24 of these with different strains in them. So yeah, I run quite a few different things at once. And then I'll go through a phase. Like right now I'm in colonizing phase. Pretty soon I'll be in cake making phase. As I'm going into cake making phase, I should be in fruiting phase at the same time. Basically, I've been switching from little tiny trays to bigger trays, like shoe boxes, 6-quart shoe boxes, and trays that are like this big. I don't have one right in my hand here. I had one earlier. Oh, here it is. They're this size. This is a dual compartment. I have single compartment ones, but they're about 9 inches by 6 inches, and they're about 2 inches deep. This one has 2 compartments. I got them by accident, but I have single compartment ones too that I'm running now. Yep. Oh, thank you, buddy. Thank you, Steve. Buddy is a beautiful dog. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's going to be a fun one, Jay. It's going to be interesting. See how he takes pictures. Yeah, legendary. You can go deep real quick with this stuff. You can just, and I don't even buy anything. I mean, this is just stuff I've been donated. I do buy some stuff like good swaps. I do buy. Like I bought a few off Ed Grand Spore swaps. Check him out, guys. He's got some awesome cultures. Let me see if I got his banner here. Where is he at? Yeah, check out Ed Grand Spore swaps. He's got some great pictures next to all his different swabs. So you can get pheno hunting going from his swabs, and you can check him out. He's got some great stuff there. But yeah. So anyways, that's check out his spore swaps, guys. I get a lot of my swabs from well, Well, I got a lot of swabs from him. He sent me like 7 swabs, my last order. He didn't want to overwhelm me. So yeah, so that's kind of cool. I like doing his spore swaps. You go on the page, you click on a culture, and then there's a picture of what he grew from that spore. So you can actually see kind of what is possible. Again, environmental is going to possibly change anything, so you can't be 100% sure, but you get an idea at least. So I got like that thick halo is beautiful. I can't wait to get that one fruited out. But yep. So yeah, check that out, guys. And also running across the bottom, check out Stealthy Spores. They got their new decks coming out, which has a lot of new cultivators and people in there. I'm going to hopefully be getting some cards soon. I'm going to work on getting some funds together, get a couple decks, and hopefully get some individual cards for myself and to give out to people. But yeah, check that out. Check out Stealthy Spores. Okay. Okay, take it easy, Jay. Thanks for coming in. Oh, let's see what's going on here. I run a lot of OF stuff. OnlyFans? Sorry, just kidding, Legendary. Burma has been running for 7 years. Cool. I never had Burma yet. Nice. Yeah, well, PE. So you got some of the original. I don't know if there was an original landrace of PE because I just actually literally watched a documentary on PE last night from the guy that does all the Hamilton's thing on PE. I just watched a long ass video on PE last night, so I don't know if it's a land race anymore or what, because it's originally from the Amazonian strain PE. From what I saw in the video last night, that Hamilton did a interview with some guy, I forget his name, the guy that created it, which was kind of interesting because now I want to try to get some of the original PE spores. But I don't know if it's a land race or land races for you. Okay, yeah, never mind. Yeah, land races. Some people like those, the natural stuff. But yeah, PE is that's why I said PE earlier because I saw that video last night. Absolutely, Ed Grant is highly recommended. All his spores he sent me, Tylipi. So as you can see, I mean this is a T0 of the Tylipi that I put on grain. So that's a T0 plate chunk in there, and then the thick halo McKenna times Tat Black Cap. I got that one on grain. I got another one, SG. I forget what that one stands for. SG times the Tat Black Cap. I got a bunch of his going right now. I basically did a grab and drag of all of them. So a bunch of my agar didn't work. Probably the nutrient content was wrong. So there's just nothing there yet. Or it was too dry. I might add a little sterile water and see what happens. But it's been at least a month and nothing. But those are just some of them. Other ones grew perfectly fine. Hey, what's going on, Justin? I'm taking a break and smoking a joint. Listening. Oh, thanks, Justin. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Yeah, the job is basically just to be able to do more stuff for mushrooms and mycology, and I want to have better equipment. I know the equipment I use is good, and I'm not saying it's not, but the whole point of using do-it-yourself equipment was to get myself to the next level without having to buy it. So now that if I can buy it, that's going to be cool. Hey, Mushroom Farmers Guild, what's going on? Thank you. That's cute. Yeah, Sporeworks. I used Sporeworks back in, might not have been Sporeworks. I thought it was Sporeworks back in early 2000s. I mean, this was back when it was just spores. There was no such thing as liquor. That was my first time growing with them. And then, I stopped for 20 years, but I failed every time I tried back then. Jesse, what's going on? Oh, thanks, bro. Thanks, Mushroom. Let's see. I have a few of those. Yeah, I forget the name of the guy that was talking in the video. Foreign. It was a Spanish name or foreign. It was. But anyways, apparently the guy wrote a couple books, small like bound books, like homebound books. But the original guy, there was like a couple different guys. There was a guy, I guess his name was Mushroom John, and some other guy. I can't remember the guy's name. Hamilton. The guy we're discussing. This guy Mushroom John, and this other guy, and I don't know who they are. I got to watch it again. Yes, Gutierrez. Thank you, Robert Gutierrez. That's his name. He was talking with Hamilton. Um, Stargazer. Thank you, Steve. Stargazer. Thank you. Like I said, I don't remember a lot of these names. That's why I grow everything, because I don't know what anything means anymore. Yeah, so Gutierrez. So I watched the whole interview. Well, I can't say I watched the whole thing. I fell asleep like 4 times for like 5 minutes, so I missed a lot. I'm gonna rewatch it tonight. But yeah, Robert Gutierrez. That foreign name, I couldn't remember the exact name. I knew it was like Guatemala or I just didn't want to say Guatemala or Guti. So yeah, that was the video last night I watched. It was Hamilton. It was interesting. It was pretty cool. A lot of just I don't know if it's one source's opinion versus what, but apparently, yeah, opinion envy was back from the 70s, or is when he was talking about getting the original Amazonian that it came from. But yeah, very, very full of himself too. He's very, very proud man. He was talking about how he thinks his science background is perfect and all that. I don't know. I don't think anybody's perfect, but he sounded very confident. Victory. Yeah, Steve, you know what I'm talking about. It was some video. I got to rewatch it. It's in my saved videos thing. It'll be cool to rewatch. So, how's everybody doing? You guys all doing good, nerdy? What's going on? Nice to see you, nerdy. Everybody's kind of hanging out. We got 31 people. That's a pretty good amount of people. Thanks, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoy your content today. Trying to grow the channel a little bit. We got almost 400 people soon. We're 360 something. Trying to get to 500. I'll do a big giveaway. So let's get some word out there, guys. Appreciate the coffee, guys. The guys that went to the Ko-Fi account, I'm going to put it on the bottom of the screen now. I have a Ko-Fi where you can go on and buy me a coffee or donate if you want. Give me a shout out. We can work something out if you need something. But yeah, there was a few guys that already donated. Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate it. Appreciate that. Love it. So thank you very much, guys. I'm not going to throw your names out there because I don't know if you want to be doxxed or anything. So you know who you are, and I do recognize all 3 of you. Thank you very much. That really helped. It actually helped me mail a few things out that I sent a few people for free, and a couple trades I started and stuff. So that really makes a big difference because shipping is just ridiculous. And like I said, I had to do something that the only reason I did the Ko-Fi, and that's I want to give back more. So I figured if I take a job, I'll also be able to give more too and do more. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. The job I will use towards my stuff as well, but the donations I use towards giving stuff back to the community, guys. So if you ever I want to try to if the donations come in enough, I'm going to buy some extra Stealthy Spore stuff so I can buy more cards to give away with stuff I send to people instead of instead of just my sticker that I had made. I could send everybody a card with the boxes they get from me. So that's where the next donations are going to go towards. So try to probably save up probably about 100 on the donations. If I can get up to that, that'll be good. I still got 25 left towards the next group of stuff, but yeah, I want to buy a bunch of stuff from Stealthy to send to people and get a deck for myself. I'm not going to lie. I want to get a deck for myself so I can show you guys and play with you guys if we ever find a communal channel to do it. So yeah, so check it up. It's Ko-Fi at MycoAlan or something like that. It's on the bottom of the screen there. It's in my bio on my link tree. Yep. So yeah, check that out, guys, if you want to donate. But yeah, those donations will go towards things like stickers, free cultures, just swab sets if anybody needs anything. It's going to cover the shipping. It's going to cover stuff like that. And that's at my Ko-Fi account. Let me, wait, I put the wrong banner up. There it is. That one. Thank you. So anyways, yeah, check that out. It's also in the bio. It's on my IG link tree and everything. So if you want to donate, feel free. It doesn't go to me directly. It goes back to the community. It's just things I can't afford. I'm going to hopefully be able to do more with the job now, getting a little part-time job to do more. But yeah, so like I said, I'm not in this to make money. I'm in this to help people and do what I can. But the people with extra, if you don't mind sharing in written directions, we can share back with all these people that come and talk to me and each other. And if any of you guys are ever in a tight spot, let me know. I'll try to help you out. Like anybody. I sent a trade with a guy yesterday to get some more cannabis seeds. So we traded some LCs and stuff. So I can give back. So I send out hash with a lot of my orders, or not orders, but if I send out hash. I meant to do Christmas cards with hash in them for a lot of guys, but my second batch of hash got moldy, so I threw it away. So I got to do a new batch with my fresh frozen instead of. I had some dry sift I tried using. Like I said, I'm new at this, so the first batch of Temple balls came out beautiful, and everybody's loved them. The second batch, I made a big temple ball, and I don't think I used the what I did is I mixed bubble and dry sift, and I think something happened. But I also used glass jars instead of cellophane, so I think maybe they got too much air on it. So I threw that away. So I'm still going to be sending it out to you guys. I just need to remake it. So I have plenty left. I still got about 4 pounds to run through the bubble making process. But yeah, so that's going to be coming. So I did send some out, like Pacers. I sent him some. Somebody else I sent some with their package. Anyways, yeah. So some people like it. I'm here to make mushroom honey. Mushroom honey. Cool. What? So you're making honey, or? Yeah, making mushroom honey is pretty, from what I've seen, pretty easy. You just mix powdered mushrooms and honey. That's what I've done. But I got a friend on here. Actually, a few of us do Happy. He not Happy. I feel Happy Dirt Dude. He's growing honey. I'm hoping to get some next year, and then I'm gonna make a big batch. I want to do like a half gallon of blue honey, just for fun, just to see how it comes out. Yeah, honey has the best shelf life unless it's contaminated. But did you know that honey, when it crystallizes in the bottom, you know why that happens? Because the bees got lazy bees. They didn't finish some process of the something, and the honey is a little bit not quite ready yet. So lazy bees, get yourself some very active, unlazy bees, and you won't get that crystal. You probably still will. Maybe it's just the generational things. Yeah, botulism real, but if you handle it properly, you should be okay. Let's see. Quote: good looking cortisons. Oh, okay. Well, oh yeah, absolutely. They absolutely mixed drugs with everything in the olden times. Why? How do you think we found out about drugs? We're a bunch of drug addicts, whole freaking species. Even deer or reindeer, they eat the Amanita muscaria so they can get through the busy winters. So they can stay warm and trippy throughout the winter. So they eat under the pine trees. The reindeers, they eat all the muscaria, the amanitas, so they can trip through the winter. Why do you think you got flying reindeer and jolly old red men and white beards? Where do you think those colors came from? I'm just kidding. Yeah, I heard that too, Hendrix. Absolutely, Minnie. I've done that. Let's see, that about, I don't know, maybe a year ago, I was making cookies. No, chocolate. I was making chocolates about a year ago. First time making them with mushrooms, and I decided to add a little bit of THC into it. That I got from Cleany. He had sent me last Christmas. Actually, yeah, it was last Christmas. He sent me a Secret Santa and it had some extract. I don't know what you want to call it, fresh rosin. So I added like half of what he gave me into it. I didn't really measure it. I just put a big chunk in there, but I was stirring it, and then I took the spoon and put it in my mouth. It was personal use stuff, but I think I got the whole chunk of rosin and a big chunk of mushrooms, because about an hour later I was having a fun time. I had to go lay down. Only time I've used pot in probably 20 years was that time, and then I recently, up until then. But yeah, so that really hit me. So be careful if you're ever licking the spoons when you're cooking things with interesting stuff. Nerdy can attest to that. He was telling me he's done that too by accident. A few too many tasters. Oh, geez, it's good. It's the pots. Works great. If that's all you got, use it. Just go about a half hour longer on all your times. So if you're gonna go, and again, all the times people recommend like 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes for agar and LC, 90 minutes for this. I add a half hour to all those times automatically. Like my agar is 45 minutes to an hour at 15 psi. Grain, 2 hours minimum. And then usually I let it go to 2.5 to 3 hours at temperature. If you're using the Instapot, you're at 12 psi, 11 to 12 psi. So you want to go up at least a half hour to 45 minutes on every time. That I just kind of recommend it. So if you're doing 3 quarts or 4 quarts of grain in there, you want to go at least 2.5 hours, 3 hours at temperature. That's my thoughts on Instapot. Nothing wrong with it. Works fine. It's just you got to go longer to get the center temperature and all that stuff. But they work great. They don't waste water. as much as a pressure cooker, from what I've heard. What's going on, Partha? Honey. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was a fun day. I had to go lay down because I hadn't taken THC, and I haven't smoked a joint probably since early 2000s, like 2001, 2002. For the family value store, we smoked all that week and that month and the month after. We were smoking a lot back then. But yeah, so I stopped. I never enjoyed it. It was not something I enjoyed after that. I tried it maybe once or twice and it just put me to sleep or made me eat too much. And I don't need to eat any more than I already do, which is actually good though. This job is helping because I'm actually not eating like half as much as I was. So I've actually lost another 5 pounds in the past week. So I'll be down to 225 and ripped by next summer. Yeah, right. Let's see. Legendary. Someone gifted me a lemon thick wine. Ooh, that sounds good, nerdy. Yeah, there you go. There's a good answer. 3 hours. I go 4. Yeah, I don't have one. I've never used it. So yeah, definitely. Nice. Yeah. You don't realize it when you're doing chocolates. And I also had to remember another thing. Don't let the dog lick the bowl. Now, okay, chocolate bad for dogs. Yes, I agree. Chocolate is bad for the dog. But a 100-pound golden retriever can't eat a quarter ounce of chocolate. It's not going to kill him. It's not going to hurt him. This is from a veterinary, not just me. When chocolates are hurting, you take like a little toy poodle that weighs 5 pounds and give it a bar of chocolate. That ratio is huge. You don't give a dog 20% of their body weight in chocolate. That's bad. Giving a dog a tenth of a percentage of his body weight in chocolate is not going to hurt him. But I don't recommend it anyways. But anyway, don't let your dog lick the spoons from chocolate making or white chocolate or whatever you want to call it. But I didn't do it, but I thought about giving it to him one day. I was like, wait, I can't do that. I'll start tripping. Yeah, no, it'll make them fat, but like I had my grandmother had a dog named Bunham. I think that just means French. I think that's just French for dog. Because every freaking family member of my family has always named their cats Minu, which is just French for cat, I think. Minu, and then Bunham. I think that's just French for dog. I don't really remember, but that's in the back of my mind. Someone thought that. But anyways, I remember he got into a bowl of chocolates and he took all the wrappers off the Hershey Kisses or whatever they were, or opened all the chocolates. He ate a whole bowl of them. He was fine. He had a little shitting storm, but didn't kill him. Probably could have, but it was a little tiny, poodle or Bunham. What the hell was it? Bunham. It was like a poodle or something. Yeah, make him fat, make him shit all over the house, but it's not gonna, 100-pound golden retriever is not gonna get hurt by a little Hershey Kiss or a little piece of a brownie that's not got drugs in it. Mushroom burger, yo. Oh, I'm sure he was sleeping at that point, Steve. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people say, how could you put pot brownies around your animals? Well, sorry, but people that love animals usually love other things. And they usually, if they're really good pet parents, they have passion. And a lot of people with passion or with pets maybe use things that they shouldn't. Some don't, but a lot of people have a lot of fun. And you know what? Dogs do get into things. I mean, I've had dogs shit out underwear. I didn't know where he got it. Where the fuck do you eat that? Shoelaces. Dogs will grab whatever they can grab. It's not about being bad, but yeah, they probably just stumbling around. I see those videos and you see all the Karens in the comments. Yeah, had the squirts. Yeah, I mean, you never had them, Nurse Ratchet. How you doing, Nurse Ratchet? I haven't seen you in a while. I saw you on a couple of Ed's videos a while back. Nice to see you. But yeah, never tried them. I heard you got to cook them or do decarboxylate them like you do with pot or something before you use them or get anything from them. Wow, that's freaking big, Bill. Sharpei with no wrinkles is like a bulldog with no wrinkles. That's a big dog. Hey, what's going on, JW? Nice to see you. Good question. Feel free to answer that one, Nurse Child. Or Nurse Ratchet, sorry. But cool. Yeah, but I heard something about you have to cook them or something before you can get the alkaloids out of it or the interesting stuff. I don't know. But so let's see. Any other questions or anything, guys? Feel free to ask. That's all. Just feel free to ask. Just kind of thinking what else I can share with you guys. New volcano must be a smoking device, correct? I'm thinking JW. So yeah, so I got to do some more bubble hash soon. I got the bags and everything ready. I should probably do the rest of what I got in the next month, probably after Christmas. I think I'm going to take a break for a couple of weeks, not do too much except for my normal stuff. Um, oh, I did colonize a big bag of. I took a bird seed, like this stuff, this bird seed. I took an Olympus Myco grow bag with the dual filter patch. That doesn't really matter what filter patch it is, but I think it was 2 pounds of bird seed, and it ended up being like a 3.5 pound bag of birds, maybe 4 pounds total at the end. But I'm making a big batch of that to do a big tub with just for fun. Ooh, let's see what this is. My husband took it. There you go, nerdy. I pay $6 for Delta. Real down. Yeah, I don't know what Delta 8 is, Jesse. I don't know much about cannabis at all. I know that I grow it, and I know that it has white trichome, or it has crystals on it that I take off in bubble bags and crush it into temple balls with a hot water bottle. I mean, I know the process, but I don't know enough of the technical shit about it. My mom's house is littered with them. Yeah, I got so many pine trees around here. I should probably throw a bunch of culture together. I know my friend Happy was going to try doing some with indoors with some other trees and stuff in his grow, but I don't know. I just thinking that I have so many trees near my house that I could probably spray it out in the woods and see what happens. Make a couple gallons of LC and spray it out in the woods just to see. I don't know if it grows in New England, so I don't know if anybody knows. Tell me a good time of the year to freaking plant it or inoculate the ground. Let's see. Tabletop, yeah, okay, nice. A lot of money. If I had $550, I'd have a roto vape. I'd be doing a little more than making a volcano. I'd be making stuff to make volcanoes look cool. I'd have a roto vape set up. I'd have all kinds of cool stuff. But yeah, maybe that'll happen now. I'm working again, hopefully. So let's see. No, I'm pretty much good, guys. If anybody has any more questions, oh, here we go. Huh, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go looking for mushrooms in my area. I'm not a big outdoorsy kind of guy, so it's not my idea to be Hendrix. I've heard other people talk about it. It is interesting though. Fill up a super soaker full of LC and just start spraying all the freaking trees and stuff. Yeah, yeah. Get a couple gallons of LC. Just take a bottle of distilled water and just drop in a cup of sterilized Caro syrup. I don't even think you'd need to do much else. Just take a brand new bottle of distilled water, open it up in front of your flow hood, drop in some sterile Caro syrup, maybe 150 grams of Caro syrup into a gallon jug. Let's see, a gallon jug that's like 3,700 cc or something, like 3,700 milliliters. So 4% of 3,700 would be 40. 120. Throw in 120 milliliters of Caro syrup, sterilize it in a jar or something, pour it into a gallon of distilled water, and then add some Amanita and see what happens. That'd be an interesting thing. See if you can get a whole gallon of LC just by doing that. Then you don't have to break it down into bigger jar or into jars. That might work. I don't know how sterile distilled water. I think it's pretty sterile. Yeah, I would try that just for the hell of it. Learn the trees. You know what? I probably should, but yeah, leaves give away the mushroom. Yeah, I've heard that. I don't have time to go out and look at the trees. I bring Buddy, and I end up paying more attention to him than the trees. Dogs are kind of my thing above mushrooms. So if I'm outside with my dog, I'm usually paying attention more to him than I see mushrooms occasionally. I just pick them up, but I think they're just regular yard mushrooms. They're nothing special. Is that a goat? Can't really see it, but if it's a goat, I'm gonna feed her LC. Or is it a sheep? Or is it a dog? I can't tell from the picture. It's too small. Sorry. But yeah, sounds like fun. You can make a story, whatever. Yeah, molasses or yeah, I don't know if molasses is better than Caro syrup. I know it's just a sugar. I got molasses. I got sorghum. I got Caro. I use anything I can see. Yeah, that's it. Hopefully by next summer I'll have a lot more stamina from working. So going off into the woods is one thing I did notice I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to get a good pair of shoes. Walmart shoes are just not cutting it standing on my feet for 8 hours. So I think I'm gonna have to invest in some new Nikes. The little things you think of when you start doing stuff you haven't done in decades. Now, problem I have is my back starts hurting because I have real bad issues with my back and legs. But we'll see how it goes. I told him I only want to do part-time 4 to 6 hour shifts at the max. So we'll see how that goes. I think I did okay. My back was really hurting at the end of the days, both of the 8 hour shifts. But I brought some ibuprofen with me, some 800s. So I took one of those around 7 o'clock, and I got off at 10. So hopefully I can get an earlier shift, like from like 5 or 6 in the morning until noon or something. That would be more I prefer. Well, we'll see what happens. Yeah, Nurse Ratchet. I've seen those. I'm about to dunk some W-Tat and Malabar Coast. About to dunk some more PF Tech or just some cakes, re-wetting them. I don't know what you mean. That's awesome, B. Yeah, my dog's more of a retard. That's a better word for it. He's just a lovable retard. He'll just be a retard. Sorry if that word offends anybody, but my dog acts like a retard. He's great though, but he's funny. I posted a video the other day, and just that was me playing with him with a little tiny piece of a chip, and he goes nuts if I tease him. So I don't tease him, but he doesn't bite or anything. He goes crazy. Yeah, my dog he runs maybe I don't know 50 feet away at the most, and then he'll look back. Okay, he'll come back, goes back and forth. He likes being around me. In the snow, he's his best. He's his best in the snow. During the summer, he gets a little slower because it's so hot. But hopefully, we'll see what his new haircut looks like on Thursday because he's going to the groomer for the first time and getting a real grooming. If you check this out, Zoo City, I got the idea from you. I know you do grooming, I guess. I remember correctly. The pre-made half pints from Midwest. Oh, yeah, okay. The half pint BRF jars, right? You're gonna put a vermiculite on top of them when you're done, just soaking them, dunking them, whatever, soaking them, dunking them. So if they're fully colonized and they're all white, you're gonna have fun. Just put them in a good shotgun fruiting chamber or something, or even just a modified tub or even an unmodified tub. Just make sure you fan them enough. They should grow out good. PF Tech is a great way to start and learn how to grow. But yeah, Midwest, they have the pre-mades. I was actually going to buy those when I first started. I don't know if it was Midwest selling them 30 years ago or 20 years ago, 2002-ish. Yeah. Worked out. We made the ambrosia out of amanita. Very wonderful stuff. Cool. I've never had amanita. No. My experience are limited to cubes, Lucy, DMT. Never had amanita. I don't know, Jesse. That's a bold statement. You know they're not gnats anymore, right? Yeah, call them okras. Peanuts are not gnats anymore. Didn't you hear? Now peanuts are okra and peanuts are peanuts again. Check out Facebook. They have some posts on it from Yoshi. So it's a very interesting situation. Apparently they finally agreed that peanuts are not peanuts and they're called okra something. So apparently they're psilocybe okra something. But I guess they're just cubes. Yeah, nerdy. I'll send you a link later. But yeah, peanuts, they finally realized that they're not P-natalensis. And so everybody using P-natalensis up until apparently Yoshi's new P-natalensis that he got supposedly from the original strain have not been P-natalensis. So I don't know. Everybody that said they're just cubes is probably right. Yep. Yep, that's his new logo. He's the only person that's ever successfully grown peanuts, the official new peanuts in the States. It's all over Facebook. Yoshi Amano. Look him up if you want. But he's got his information post. Yeah, nerdy, that's what I was thinking. Yep, all that gaslighting and arguing and everything about nothing. But so yeah, let's see if the new peanuts can breed with cubes, because now everybody's saying, oh, they want to take fluorescence and this and that and pancyans and breed them with cubes because they can now, apparently. I'm just gonna go get a couple cats. I want to breed Buddy with some cats. See how many cat dogs I can make. Hey, what's going on, Mike? I saw you. I just had to finish my little rant. I mean, I'm not taking sides. I really don't care who does what or what they call what, but don't get mad at people for having a difference of opinion. No, Ed, we're not. I'm just confused. I don't know what to call anything anymore and why people get so angry about this stuff. There's no reason to get angry about it. People calling other people liars and all that stuff, for just mentioning common sense, Then again, common sense isn't common anymore, so it's extraordinary sense. Anyways, yeah, so. But yeah, I couldn't believe it when I read that yesterday. I was like, so what's next? Are you going to, say that? Don't matter. Yeah, I definitely do want the cat dog, so. Or not really cat dog. I want a tiger dog. Or a lion dog. I don't want little cats. I want big cats, big dogs. Like a cane corso mixed with a panther. That would be freaking cool as hell. Or a golden doodle with a snow leopard. A golden retriever and a snow leopard. That would be freaking cool. I gotta go on AI later. Golden leopard. A golden snow leopard. Could you imagine that? Gold color with black and white spots, or black spots or white spots, but in a snow leopard. That would be beautiful. Wouldn't be a snow leopard, it'd be a golden leopard. Anyways, yeah. So no, I'm not gonna rub it in. I get so confused, and just people get so divisive over this stuff. It's like, yeah. Anyways, so cat dog. How you doing, Mike? How's things going down there in the where are you, down the South Shore? Yep. Anyway. Nah. So yeah, Ed, your cultures are growing freaking great. Those spores I got, I've been mixing them and growing them out, so they're growing great. All the ones I colonized and grab and dragged, like the albino Normac, that was growing. I got the thick halo started. I got the Tylepii going. Tylepii finally jumped over from agar onto the whole oat, so I started. So that's nice. Finally jumped over. It's only been in there since the 10th. So, but yeah, they're all growing out very good. Good. Glad to hear it, Mike. Glad to see you. Anyways, guys, if there's no more questions, I'm gonna probably wrap it up. I got some stuff to do, and got to get cleaned up and do a few transfers and stuff. But yeah, if anybody has any questions, feel free to post them. Never had a lion dog, we got a lion bitch. I think we can all attest to that, or had a lion asshole of some sort in our family or in our radius. I like that. Thanks, Masmofo. I needed that. Lion bitch. Oh gosh, that's funny. Yeah, if I ever hit the lottery, I won't tell anybody, but there'll be signs. There'll be 100 freaking animals running around my house in my new farm. But yeah. So if anybody has any questions, I'm gonna be shutting this down soon. Check out the Ko-Fi coffee thing if you guys feel like donating towards the giveaways or anything like that. The money for shipping. I appreciate the guys that have already. Check out Stealthy Spores. They got new decks coming out with different cards, especially the MycoAlan card. Yay! Oh yeah, I'm gonna Ed. I was just being nice about it. I'm trying to rub it in nicely. No, I just couldn't believe it when I saw that. I was like, first thing I thought of Edward, you know, the first thing I thought from the same conversations I've read and heard on the videos. It's like, what the fuck? Thanks, JB, JW Owen, Jesse. Thanks for showing up, guys. It was nice to see you guys. And I'll try to be here next Sunday. If anything changes, I will let you guys know. The only problem I have is if I get a different work schedule, so I might have to move it around a little bit, but I'll definitely do something either way. Yes, Justin, I have. It did work. But I haven't gotten it to stay crystal. It ended up it went from a crystalline form into like a ball of muck. Like it just kind of melted together. I don't know if the temperature I kept it in was wrong or if it just wasn't dry enough, but or if I didn't have enough methanol when I made it. So I'm going to be getting a couple gallons of Everclear to extract it cleaner or more. Like I said, it's a process I'm learning. Once I get it down pat, I will let everybody know the exact process and the results. But yeah, no problem, Justin. Thank you for your interest on that. Thanks, Nerdy. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you later. Don't forget to check out Stealthy Spores, their new decks. Check out Ed Grand's Spore Swaps. He's got some awesome cultures over there. Yep, you're welcome, Ed. Thank you for coming. And check out my Ko-Fi. If you guys need anything that I have, let me know. We can work something out. Have a great day, guys. Much love. Bye.